Hi, everybody, and welcome to our March 2020 podcast. Today, I have something very special for you. I'll be interviewing our Executive Director, Jill Snitcher. Jill is the glue that holds everything together here at the CBA. She is our Chief Operating Officer. Presidents come and go, but Jill remains to do the important work of the Columbus Bar Association. How are you today, Jill?
I'm fine.
Tell us a little bit about your background at the CBA before becoming executive director.
Sure. I actually started with the Bar Association in 1998 when I was still in law school. I started as the membership director. I was doing that for a couple of years, and then once I passed the bar exam, I decided maybe I should try to practice law. So I moved down the hall to the ethics department, where we processed grievances against attorneys, and we also did unauthorized practice of law claims at that time. I was down there for about 5 or 6 years. Then I went to be the executive director of the Ohio Association for Justice for a few years. And I came back here as assistant executive director in 2007 and was promoted to executive director when Alex Lagouche retired in 2010.
Has the job turned out to be what you had expected?
This is such a great place. My personality is such that I really thrive in this kind of environment where no 2 days are the same. And in any given day could be dealing with one of our 4 boards, our governing boards, or a multitude of issues from membership, to continuing education, to ethics issues, to just general business operations issues. It's a lot of fun.
Tell us a little bit about the Columbus Bar Association, how it is set up.
So the Columbus Bar Association, I will call the parent organization, is a 501c6 association for lawyers, paralegals, judges. We have about 4,800 members. We cover all of Central Ohio, which includes Franklin and the contiguous counties. Within the Bar Association, we have a foundation, which is our charitable arm. We have a for-profit subsidiary that's Columbus Bar Services, and we have an insurance agency, which is its own entity as well.
Every year you have a new president. Has that been difficult or exhilarating?
Yes. No, it's great. The way our governance structure is set up is we get to know each other over the course of 3, 4, 5 years before someone becomes president. So we are able to establish a rapport and a relationship, and I get a good sense of your interests and business philosophy. So it works out very nicely, actually. Some years more challenging than others, and some years better.
Tell us a little bit about your staff.
We have a phenomenal staff. We have about 18 people on staff right now. About a third of them have been here for over 20 years, which is pretty remarkable. We're very team-oriented. We have a lot of departments of one, as I say, one person in charge of CLE, one person in charge of membership. But the nice thing is everybody works together very, very well in teams and on projects. They're really creative, very independent. They're just phenomenal. They really appreciate our desire for customer service.
What are the biggest challenges that you face as executive director for the CBA?
Biggest challenges change from year to year. Obviously, the past year has been unique with the pandemic. But again, going back to our terrific staff, we've had a really good opportunity to pivot and try some new things that have really done well for us.
Jill, what are your goals for the CBA?
Our goals are to help our members be more successful. Without our members, the Bar Association doesn't exist. So we really pride ourselves on listening to what our members' needs are, and those change frequently. Again, not to be too myopic, but just this past year, we've seen lawyers' needs change dramatically. And so for us to have our ear to the grind, if you will, to be able to be responsive and quickly responsive to our members' needs to deliver the services they want.
What is your favorite part of the job?
The fact that no 2 days are the same, although there are some days when that frustrates me, when I'm looking at a to-do list of 45 things and at the end of the day I've checked off none of them because something else came up. But that's okay, that's how it goes.
What is the most important thing you have learned as executive director for the CBA?
To be nimble, to not let things rattle us too much. I don't mean that in a negative connotation, but to just be able to know that what works yesterday might not work tomorrow, and that we have the leadership and creativity and ingenuity to be able to come up with new projects and ideas all the time.
Looking back, Jill, is there anything you wish you had done differently?
You know, everything is a learning experience, and that's how we approach things. Like I said, just because it didn't work once doesn't mean it won't work in the future. And so we are constantly tweaking things and trying new things.
What has the CBA done to remain relevant during the pandemic?
One of the best things I think we've done is what we're doing here today. We've hired a digital media specialist who is helping our members adapt easier to the demand for digital marketing. We're able to offer podcasting services, video services, photography services, all of that our members can embed content onto their own websites or social media platforms using bar services.
Jill, what will the CBA look like after the COVID restrictions are lifted?
We're still trying to figure that out. Given the demographics of our membership, there's a broad spectrum of interests among our members. Some members are ready to get together in groups and some aren't. So I really believe that we'll continue to operate in a hybrid model going forward, where we'll have fewer people on site for meetings or events or anything of that sort, and also be able to continue to deliver them electronically as well.
Jill, when will the CBA reopen to its members and the public?
We are really crossing our fingers to be more open to our members in June. We have never officially closed, I guess, but we certainly are working remotely about 80% of the time. Some of our staff are always here, like our receptionist, and our CFO is here frequently. Our media specialist is here frequently. So we'll start welcoming people back in whenever they're comfortable, but our staff will try to be back in on a more routine basis starting in June.
What do you like to do for fun?
I'm kind of neurotic, so I like to work out a lot. I like strength training, I like biking, I like golf, hanging out with my boys. Both of my boys play baseball pretty competitively, so I go to a lot of baseball games. It's fun.
That's great. That's great. How many CBA presidents have you served?
Well, since '98, probably 18 different presidents.
And who is your favorite?
You, of course.
Jill, thank you for spending the time with us today. We hope you enjoyed this presentation with Jill Snitcher, our Executive Director. We're very blessed to have her. You saw an edited version of this video. If you would like to see the entire video, it is available on our website, www.cbalaw.org. Thank you for joining us. I'll see you in April. I'm Rob Ernie, CBA President number 130. Thank you.